Flosstube. I'm back for another update. It has been a good long while at this point since I last updated, so it's time to check in. I have a lot to show you, and I need to do it quickly because it's my lunch break, and then I need to get back to finishing up work, and then I need to pack because tomorrow morning we're leaving and we're escaping the snow, and we're gonna go on a little long weekend trip with some family friends for the beginning of spring break, so we're kind of excited about that. But I wanted to make sure to check in. I have a lot of stitching to show you actually, and it's not whips, it's finishes. I don't have any whips to show because I finished them all. So everything that I have touched and stitched on since my last video is a finish. I started with, this was a new start and a finish. This is a free chart from Owl Forest Embroidery. You can find it on their website in the free chart section. And I did use the hand-dyed floss from Owl Forest. I had ordered that floss pack a while ago. I had it in my stash, so I pulled it out. And this was a piece of fabric from, I don't even remember where, maybe Garon Stitchery, but it was a pre-printed, it's very, very subtle coloring, so you can't even really tell except for you can see it on the edge there. So I'm very happy with that, nice and springy, so I'm excited to have that done. And then I passed the leftover floss on to a friend who also wanted to stitch that. The second one that I started and finished is another freebie from Owl Forest Embroidery. And I stitched this on a piece of even weave from Biscornu. I think it was called Macchiato maybe. And again used the floss pack available from Owl Forest Embroidery. I also passed that leftover floss on to my cousin who wanted to stitch this, but she's probably gonna have to substitute some stuff for some of the parts because there's definitely not gonna be enough of this green-brown variation, and possibly not enough for this light orange. So we'll see what combination she comes up with. My third start and finish is Honey Maple from Meridian Designs. This is the fourth cupcake from Karen that I've stitched, and I'm going to be framing all 4 of those cupcakes together. So I'm excited to have this last one done. And this is my finished cupcake. That cupcake, the bottom, the wrapper part, that was a whole lot of single color stitching, got kind of boring, but then as soon as you add that back stitching, man, is that effect awesome. And then it's got beads on there. Very cool. Very happy with how that turned out. So all 4 of my cupcakes are done now, and I'll have to go find the frame I had originally bought for it and see if I can make it work. The last finish I have, this was an old whip, and I pulled this out a couple weeks ago to go stitch with some local stitchers at Panera. This is a Bent Creek. It's called Photo Booth Easter Surprise. And I got this finished up last night. The linen came with the chart, and then it had these buttons, and it's supposed to look like an Easter egg there. And I just think it's so cute. I love this little chick. It's so cute. So I'm excited to have that done. And that's 4 finishes. 4 finishes. Have I ever showed that many finishes at once? I'm not sure that I have. So that's everything for finishes. I also had, I have a group on Facebook. It's called the Great Biscornu Swap. And it is a group that I started a while back, and we tend to do 3 or 4 swaps a year, trying to get all my stuff for Biscornus. And this last round I actually had 2 swap partners because there was one gal from Italy that wanted to participate, and so I actually partnered up with her, and then I also had partnered up with somebody else in the original post. So I stitched 2 Biscornus, and I received 2 Biscornus. So this is the Biscornu that I received from Italy, and it's so pretty. Just very, very pretty and springy, and she used a sequin and a bead in the center, and I thought that was a great idea. I've never done the center like that. I've always used a button or a bead, but a bead on top of a sequin, that actually works very nicely. So I got that, and then she also sent me these 2, this is tatting that she had done. So she sent me these 2 little little pieces that she hand tatted. So, and it's kind of, you can't really see it in the video. It's a silver thread, so it's a little bit sparkly. So now I need to see what I can use these for. I'm gonna put them in my finishing supplies, and maybe I can use them on you know, with some fabric and, you know, a finish that I make into a pillow. I could put this on, you know, the fabric portion of it or something, you know, just these lacy little motifs. So and then my second partner sent me this cute little Biscornu, and it's a smaller one, and I love that pattern. And this is a very firm Biscornu. I don't think I've ever gotten one of my Biscornus this firm. I'm very impressed. So there's the top, there's the bottom. Very nice color combination, the yellow linen. And she sent me tape measure. Never having too many of these. I keep one in my stitching bag, I keep one in my crochet bag, and it'll be nice to have one in my purse. And then she sent me 2 Classic Colorworks. I think this came from her. This is a fat quarter, or I'm sorry, a charm square pack of fabric. So these will be good for, I could even use it for either a quilt, or I could use it for some finishing. And then a little chicken pin cushion. And I have one of these, and these are really nice too. So I can leave one in my stitching bag and one in my little cart next to my stitching spot, but it's a needle threader, and it's just nice and little, and then I think it actually has a thread cutter on it too. Yep, in the neck it's actually a thread cutter too. So I actually have taken this when I have flown before, so that I didn't have to take scissors, because it's got that thread cutter in there. And then I don't have to risk, you know, worrying about my scissor size or whatever. So, I was helping, I've talked about Joyce before, our neighbor across the street. I helped her do some organizing when she first came home from her little stay at rehab. And when we were doing some of that organizing, we came across some stitching that she no longer does. So she passed along two pair of scissors, a little hoop, and then she found these 3 kits, and they're all Michigan lighthouses. Or this one is, these 2 are Michigan lighthouses. Let me see if this one has a picture. I don't have a picture for this one. Oh, this is not a lighthouse. This is actually the Mackinac Bridge. And then this is another lighthouse kit. So, should pass those along. Move this out of the way. And some beads that were a gift from a friend. So I can use these for some fobs. Some really cool ones in there. All right. All right. That is it for finishes and exchanges and gifts. The rest is going to be haul. So I actually had a birthday at the beginning of March, And then there was also Market. So I do have quite a bit to show this time. Farmhouse Flossies and such on Facebook. She had some new flosses get posted a while ago, so I did order some of those. And this is what I ended up with. I have not had a pattern that I've used one of these for yet from Farmhouse Flossie, so my plan is after our little trip, and now that I've got some finishes, I need another new start, so I'm going to try to find something that I can sub in some of my independent dyer stash, so I'm excited to do that. I also got a couple of needle minders from Gina. So I got, it says, I really like cross stitching and cats. And then this beautiful cardinal. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Very Christmassy. I'm excited to use that one come Christmas. Alright. Oh, my nose itches. I also got this pattern. My mom works at Moe's Needle and Thread, and she saw this pattern and thought I would like it, so she picked this up for me. And Ethan loves penguins, and this one is just the most adorable, so I'm excited to stitch that one. And the mug says tasty. Alright, and then I had, okay, so this was my birthday gift from my parents and my grandma. I always get money for my birthday, so this year I used that money to purchase. I had been eyeing these for a while, was back and forth on a couple of them, and finally decided to order all of them. These are the Bent Creek Pop of series. So this is Pop of Spring, Pop of Summer. I love that hummingbird in the center. Pop of Halloween, Pop of Autumn, Pop of Christmas. This was new this year, or last year rather, last Christmas. And then Pop of Winter, and I just love those purples. So pretty. And then I also grabbed this book from Brenda Gervais. So I got Easter book. So this was my birthday gift. I was super excited to get those. I messaged Shelly from, I think she's just stitching on Flosstube. She's got a shop in Ohio and I cannot think of it for the life of me. Oh, it's right on her thing. Just Stitching is the shop name, Strongsville, Ohio. So I messaged Shelly and I said, hey, no rush. But next time you do a Bent Creek order, grab me all 6 of those, and that was a nice way to do it. I also snagged this little this little bag on Stash Unload, and it had some floss in it. This was from Leslie. I don't have ducks or a row. I have squirrels, and they're everywhere. And it's just perfect. My life is chaos, so I'm excited for that. I'm probably not even going to use this for stitching, but yeah, I needed this bag. And I got a new project bag, and I believe this was from a Stash Unload group. It's a vinyl front, little bubbles on the inside, and look at that back. I love this fabric. I love the art style, I love the colors, so I had to snag that. Very happy with that. Then I have dropping things. All right, so every couple of years I do an owl forest embroidery order, and I don't do them very often, mostly because when I purchase the charts, I usually want the hand-dyed floss that Owl Forest does for their charts because the colors are just amazing. Shipping from Owl Forest is a little bit pricey because of it being overseas, but the charts and the floss itself is very affordable. So what I usually do is a bigger order for myself, but then also will see if any of my local friends or my friends here in the US are interested in ordering anything as well. And that way we can split the shipping coming from Owl Forest, and then once it arrives here, I can easily ship just their portion of the order for $4, you know, or something like that here in the US. So it is a very affordable way to do it. But like I said, you usually want to purchase enough to make it worth it. So I actually purchased quite a few charts and floss. So I want to show you what I got. This I think is a free chart, and I don't think I got the floss pack for this. I'm not finding it. This is called Pretty Pumpkins. So I don't know. This name does not match, so it must not be that one. But that might be a freebie. I can't remember. I did purchase lilies, and I did purchase the floss pack for that. Look at those colors. But then I saw somebody's conversion of this, and I liked it even better. And I was like, So I'm undecided. I'm undecided if I want to change any of the colors or if I want to keep it these nice vibrant colors. But even if I do stitch it with different colors, these colors will be great in anything. So I can keep the floss pack and use it for other projects. Not too worried about it. I also purchased 4 different seasonal motifs, and these are all like the same size. It's a series. So this was spring, and this is the spring pack. It's called Flowering May. That's the floss pack for it. And then we have Sunny July and the floss. Beautiful colors. And Flaming October. Look at those. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. And Snowy February. And the floss. And I did opt for, if you're familiar with Owl Forest Embroidery, they actually have multiple different floss packs. They have a DMC base floss, and then they have a different floss as well, which is less expensive, but I have not tried that one. And usually the reason that I don't always purposely choose DMC, what I usually do is look at the color, look at the pictures for the floss packs, because I do think they either dye a little bit different or their pictures are just different dye lots. You know, I don't know what it is. But I always look at the picture, and the DMC tends to be, the picture shows colors that I like better. So that's usually why I end up with DMC. I also purchased, this is the floss pack for the free house plants stitch along that they had. And I don't know where that pattern ended up, but this is the floss for it. And I purchased the floss pack for another chart that I had at one point, and this was Pumpkin Color Autumn. I must have the chart somewhere if I bought this floss, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Then I purchased this chart, and I've seen this one in progress, and it's beautiful. And I actually purchased the needle minder that matches, and of course the floss pack. And I always get the floss pack to do 2 threads on 28 count. It is, you know, like the largest floss pack you can get, but I never have my fabric picked out before I order. So I always go with the most floss I can get, just so I don't run out. If I decided to stitch it, you know, I don't think I would ever go to 40 count because I tend not to do 40, but if I did, I would just have extra floss, and I'm not too worried about it. That way I don't run the risk of running out. And then I actually have another order from Owl Forest on the way, and I placed the order the same day. That's the crazy part. I placed 2 orders, and I placed them the same day, different times, and the one came last week, and I'm still waiting on the second one. But the second one has a floss pack for this chart that I purchased, and this is Fluffy Cats. So I did get the floss pack for that, and I love this border. I love this blackwork type border that looks like cats. So I purchased the PDF of this for myself. I also purchased a hard copy chart of this and 2 floss packs. My plan is to give one of the floss packs and the hard copy chart to my cousin for her birthday this month. And that's safe to say because she doesn't watch Flosstube. I had some fabric of the month arrive. This was Bestitch Me, and this would have been, what's today? Today's March, so this would have been February's colors. This is 28 count Joblin in Petunia. Very pretty pink. This is 32 count Joblin in Dusty Cottage, and that is a gorgeous neutral. Very nice. Maybe I'll use that for the Star Dragon. I don't know. You know, maybe not, because it's more gray. It's a possibility. Then my colors for March from Bestitch Me. I have this 28 count Joblin in We Can't Elope. You know, like cantaloupe, because that's the color. We can't elope. It's a very nice orange. And 32 count Joblin in Vanilla Latte. And then my Under the Sea fabric of the month, and this must have been February, I think. And it's Riabos. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of her color names. But this is a fat quarter 32 count linen. And I don't know, that may end up being a little too dark for me. We'll have to see. And I got some Stash Unload. This is Under the Sea fabrics as well, and it was a 28 count opal linen, and the color was Winter Sunset. And I think I had this, I have a piece of this from when it was a fabric of the month. But it's a beautiful pink and purple, you know, pink and periwinkle, so I grabbed that from Stash Unload. Looks like there's a dye spot there. This is another Stash Unload. This is Sparkly's hand-dyed fabric. I've never heard of Sparkly's. But Sparkly's fabric of the month from May of 2020, and it's a 32 count even weave, and that is a beautiful green. Beautiful. So I have that, and it's a fat quarter. I wonder if Sparkly's, it's from the UK, sparklys.co.uk, so that's probably why I have not heard of it. This was my fabric of the month from Leslie Under the Sea for probably March. I don't know, one of these might have been January, one February. We're towards the end of March, so one could have been February, one March. But this is 32 count linen, and this is Frigga. Very nice blue. Steely blue. And this was another Stash Unload 32 count linen in Willow Wisp from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I'm not going to go through them all, but I am a part of Shannon Christine's subscriber group, as well as her Spooky House, the Halloween 9-part series. So, I mean, I've been printing out the different pieces from that. This was one of the months. Oh, I found... look what I found. I found Owl Forest Embroidery Pumpkin Color Autumn. That's the chart for that one floss pack I had. So that was one of them I purchased. And then this was the chart from the Houseplant sale, and that was a free chart. So you can still go download that. And I don't have a picture on the cover from like the entirety of it, but that was one of the floss packs. And then this was not, I don't think this was a free chart. It might have been. But this was Christmas pin cushions. And it wasn't very expensive if it was not free. But I thought these would be great for Biscornus. They're square charts. They're all Christmassy, so I picked this pattern up as well. And look at this. This one's got a cat. So I bought that to use the patterns for pin cushions. And this, or Biscornus, this one has owls. So that was my other one. Some freebie charts from Doreen. These were a couple of charts I purchased from Haunted Frames on Etsy. Book of Lost Keys. Book of Frost Dragons. Thought that was really cool. And Haunted Hearts mailbox. Little ghost kitties for Valentine's Day. Freebie, 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 freebie. Crochet, knitting. I'm just not going to show you all these. I forgot I also have a membership on Patreon for Tiny Modernist. This was her February chart. This was her March chart. February house from Shannon Christine's subscriber group. I did order the first treasure from Bella Filipina. There is a new group on Facebook, Bella Filipina Treasures, and those are charts that are not getting printed and released like his traditional ones. These are being released just through a PDF, a download that you have to purchase by messaging, and it's in the Bella Filipina Treasures group. So this was the first one. Freebie, 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 freebie. This was one of the Shannon Christine. That's the March house. This was this month's chart from Patreon for Tiny Modernist. This month's chart from Shannon. I love that. So pretty. And then a new Una Bueno Piezza on Etsy. She had an Easter garden, so I had to get that one. And of course I signed up for the Lola Crow Deadly Aquarium sale. So that is all my like PDF stuff, freebie stuff. My first berry from the Erica Michaels Berry Club from Dying to Stitch came out, so I got that, and it is Francis's Peacock. I might change the colors because it's not really my favorite color palette. I'm not sure, but that one's the club that I don't know what it's going to be before it comes. So I found this on Facebook Marketplace and asked them to ship it to me, and it is a pattern book for bookmarks, and they're so stinking cute. It obviously came for Cross Stitch Crazy at some point as the freebie, but I want to stitch the cat, I want to stitch this fairy, I want to stitch this princess, I like this mouse. Like, I just thought that was so cute, and I think it was like $5. I know it was a freebie at some point, but I don't care. So, and then this book was on sale on Amazon, so I picked it up. Cross Stitch with Catitude. There are some sassy patterns in here, and I love it. Love it. This was a Stash Unload purchase. think this one was pretty cheap, and that's why I picked it up. Beautiful angel for Christmas. Beautiful. I'll swap it out and stitch it on something other than Ada. And then these were also from Stash Unload. I think they were part of a bundle that I bought or something. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. So this is the pattern. No floss or anything, but this is the pattern for this kit. So I think I can probably get online and find a dimensions to DMC conversion chart somewhere. But I loved those angels. And it came with one sheet of perforated plastic. So I'd like to stitch those. And then this, I don't know yet what I want to do with. So it had some of the charts, but I don't know if it's all of them. It might be all of them. And it's pretty beat up. This was the original kit to make these ornaments. And the chart is legible. It's got some writing on it, like some substitution that they came up with, but it's all pretty legible. And then it actually had like scraps of floss, but it had a lot of this already stitched. So, and it looks like whoever was stitching this decided to stitch the whole background too. So they definitely changed colors around and added color, and it's beautiful. So I think what I'm gonna do is some of these that are already stitched, I need to take the tape off of this fabric. I need to wash it. But I think I want to take some of these and, you know, and like some of it, like this tiny bit at the top is not finished. So, and I don't have all the colors. I'll have to see if there's notes to see what color they used for this, or if I can color match it and maybe finish that one. But there's, you know, quite a few that are completely finished. This one needs back stitching, the word. I don't know what happened here. There's, if she was trying to make that one bigger or what. But I thought I might cut some of these out and finish them into ornaments because they're beautifully done. So I can salvage some of that. And then maybe, and it looks like just some plain Ada also included. And then maybe I'll see if I can find a conversion chart for the floss for, you know, this company to DMC and stitch some of them myself. So. And then I picked this up on Stash Unload as well, and now that I think about it, I might have this kit in the basement. But I love these golden nuggets from Dimensions, so. So pretty, so pretty. And last, I got some magazines too. I'm not showing all of those. Last is my market haul. So I didn't do very much this year compared to some past years. Actually, this came today too. This was an order from Etsy, and this is sock yarn, because someday I'll learn how to knit socks. And did I need it? No, but it was Supernatural Mystery Club, and the color for March, and the color is called Dad's on a Hunting Trip. I love Supernatural, so I'm someday going to make some socks, I guess. I did my market order through Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery this year, and it's the first year that I think it's the earliest I've gotten my order, and it was complete, so I'm very happy with that. Now, it also is smaller than some of my past market orders, so, you know, there wasn't stuff on back order, really, so, you know, kind of works out different with every shop. But I did shop with Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery on Facebook, and I got the Bent Creek Snowy Owl Globe, and I might have to stitch that soon because that's really, really cute. And then their newest Pop of kit is Pop of Easter with those little chickies. How cute is that? So I have all 7 of these now, and I'll have to get them stitched and find a frame that I can swap them out, because that is my favorite thing to do with these Bent Creek kits. The globes, this size. Back here, you can see, there we go. Back here, this is the Easter egg of eggs. And all of these charts and kits that they do with the 18 count and the DMC pearl cotton, they're the same size. So I can stitch all of these different kits, and then I just buy, you know, like this is a black frame and I have a white frame the same size, and I can just switch them out every season for my decorations. And then I don't have to worry about glass because it's never out for more than a month at a time. And then it gets packed away and stored in the basement. And I don't have to buy multiple frames. You know, I can reuse the same frame. It's great for decorations, for seasonal decorating. So it saves a ton of money on framing, and they're all the same size. Great. This was the rest of Market. This is Pedal Pusher Saltbox Fairy Village. I love those colors. Great colorway for spring. Blue Flower. This is Hedgehog and Hyacinth. So cute. Little hedgehogs. This is a Satsuma Street kit. Cool kid. Obviously, I'm going to be stitching that for Ethan at some point. But I love the colors. They're nice and vibrant. I got the cookbook, of course, and there's so many free charts in the cookbook. So even if you don't cook much, like I don't, or, you know, you don't try new recipes, like I don't really, it's worth it just for the charts. This is a new company to me. A new designer. I don't think I've ever bought anything from this one. Counting Puddles. And this is called Brew Crew. And I loved the way, I mean, this is nice, vibrant patterns. I loved how there's designs worked into it, and it's like black work on top of stitching. I just thought the effect was so cool. So I'm excited to do that one too. And then this is my Jan Hicks. Originally, when she started coming out with this series, I was like, well, I only want the first one, which was the hyacinths. And then I saw the irises. Oh, I need those. So I'm like, I'm just doing 2 of the 4. And then this one was released, and I was like, well, I need that too. So I purchased the chart, and there was only 1 cottage garden thread for this chart. So I made sure to get the cottage garden thread too. And this is how it's looking stitched all in one piece. Now, I already started stitching the hyacinths, and I did not do it on a piece that would allow me to stitch it with the others, but that's fine. I'm just going to stitch them separately. I also don't know what I'm going to do because the fabric I'm stitching this on, I have enough of the fabric to do 1 more on the same fabric, but I don't think I'd be able to get all 3 of these, let alone all 4 on the same piece. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. And then, of course, a ton of freebies from Market. So that's everything. I did that as quick as I could. And then I'm hoping that things are calming down now. I'm not doing nearly as much crochet because I finished so many shawls for gifts. I still have 1 more shawl to finish. But all of that crochet that I did for gifts this Christmas and how quickly I did them, I gave myself tennis elbow. So I've really cut down on the crochet because it just hurts way too much to do it. Thankfully, I can still do some stitching without too much discomfort in that area. So I'm going to have to see if I can get that tendonitis to calm itself down. Other than that, I still have my crochet sweater to finish, and I would like to finish it this winter, but God, at this point, I'm not optimistic. We'll see. We'll see. It was a learning process. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Kids are good. Brian's good. Cats are good. Well, cats are naughty. Dog is good. Dog went for her yearly checkup. Dog is super healthy. Dog is almost 15 and spends most of the day sleeping, but she is healthy. So I'm I'm so glad she's such a good doggo. But she's almost 15, and she's a big breed. I mean, she's 60 pounds, so we'll see how the next year or so goes. But for now, she's hanging in there, and she still likes to run like a puppy sometimes. But we'll check in soon, and I'll fill you in on how our little spring break getaway went, and share any more stitching I get. And like I say so many times, I'm really going to cut down on the shopping now, but this time for real. I have to. I also have some organizing to do in the house, some spring cleaning, and with it is going to come some destashing. So I'll be doing quite a few of my own destashing of just stuff that I don't think I'll ever get to anymore. Taste change. I've got a lot of things in the basement stored that some of it was my mom's, some of it was given to me by different people. My mom is in a quilt guild, so she has a lot of friends from the quilt guild that they know that I stitch, and so sometimes people are giving her stuff that they don't want anymore that they find, so kind of comes from all different places. I also did get some stuff given to me from a couple of friends, stitchy friends, that they asked me to pass things along, so I'm going to start doing some giveaways / stitchy kindness. Originally I wanted to use the same method as Janet Jabber on her Flosstube. She has a Google form that you can fill out, and she randomly just sends cards or sends Happy Mail or sends whatever to random people on her list. So that was one method I was looking at doing, and that way when I had a few extra bucks and could ship some stuff, I was just going to kind of pass along some stitchy kindness, and that may be what I do. We'll see. Some of it may turn into just a first come first serve, and what I might do is just a whole video of stuff to share, to pass along, and just take the first comment that claims it. I don't know. I'll have to see what format's going to work best. I don't know. Maybe I could do a Facebook Live. I don't know. That's going to be harder. So we'll see, but I'll get to that when I get into the process of spring cleaning and decluttering. So hope you guys are having a great end of winter. I'm hoping by the time we come back from our spring break trip that it's actually spring, because it turned back to winter here in Michigan. But we're going to escape the snow tomorrow. We're supposed to get like 1 to 5 inches tomorrow, but driving down to where we're going in Indiana, it's supposed to be 67 degrees. So we're going to drive from winter to summer in 4 hours. Sounds about right for this area of the country. Have a good one. Get lots of stitching done, and I'll check back soon. Bye.